Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. My name is Dilraj Singh and I'm currently pursuing computer science engineering from Guru Nanak Dev Engineering College. I'm in the final year of my bachelor's degree, and in this video I'm going to share my experience working under the Sikh Youth Coding Initiative, SYCI in short. So earlier this year in the August, I was fortunate enough to be selected as one of the students that got to work under SYCI, and the task that was assigned to me and my partner, uh, Simarjot Singh, was to implement or to find a way to implement voice search feature into the apps that are developed under the Khalis organization. So I am going to share the progress that we made in that internship. Here I have documented all the progress that we made from week 1 to week 10, and these are the important links. So in the first 3 weeks we found all the available sources on the internet that did voice to text in Punjabi language. So first we tried to use WebKit's speech recognition. That is a feature that is inherently uh, implemented into the browsers, but not all browsers support it. So this is not a very reliable source for us. After that, we used Bhashini AI, but this was also not very reliable because it took very long time to give a response and it was very hard to implement. So we actually implemented it, and I had a video of this implementation. I'll show you here. This is a sample app that we sample web page that we made using Bhashini AI. Here you can just choose an audio file, and audio file where you are speaking something in Punjabi, and then we can upload it. The audio file is chosen, and now I am uploading it, currently testing. And after that, it converts it into Punjabi, but this transcription was not accurate all the time, so we ditched it, and we uh, started finding another resources that gave us more accurate responses from then Bhashini AI. So I also wrote the entire documentation for Bhashini AI. So if any other developer had to implement Bhashini AI, they can just read documentation from here, which is written in very easy to understand language, and they can implement it. In the second week, uh, we searched for AI models that are already developed by bigger companies. Like we tried to use Llama 3.1 or Web2Vec 2.0 or Indic Web2Vec, but all of these were also not feasible because either they did not support Punjabi language or they were not trained enough to give accurate transcriptions in Punjabi language. So during this week, we learned a lot about Punjabi data sets. I actually also linked a data set here. I guess this is one. Yes, so this is a Punjabi data set. So if anyone wants to develop a model that can be accurate in Punjabi language, so this is a data set that has more than 39,000 data examples in this one. So we found a lot of interesting models in this week, and Hugging Face is the website where we can find all these models. In the third week, we implemented Amazon Transcript API, OpenAI Whisper API, and Google API. A Google Transcript API. Here is one. So we tested all these Google, Amazon, and OpenAI Whisper APIs, and these are the tested examples that we did, and turned out that Google API was the best suited for our project. So we selected Google API from here, During these 3 weeks, what I learned was I have never done this much research before on any project that I've made, and I've never worked on a project of this magnitude. Before this point, the largest project that I have ever worked on was my minor project that I did in my third year, and that was a web app, but it was made for only few users. Like the architecture of that web app was in such a way that it could support only a few users. If multiple users tried to log into that web app, the server would be overwhelmed and it will be taken down. So I've never worked on a project that was of this magnitude. So it was a very new kind of experience for me. I, me and Simarjot, we spent 3 weeks just to find the best API that would be able to handle so many requests and that would be able to give accurate results. And I've never spent this much work on research alone. So after spending 3 weeks, another thing that I did for the first time was documentation. So as I've shown you before, this is the documentation, and I have written it from scratch. Like, I have never done documentation before, and this was a very new and refreshing experience for me. Apart from coding and apart from researching and apart from collaborating with Simarjot Singh in a team, writing documentation is another skill that I acquired from this project. So after third week, we started working on our demo project on the fourth week. So now we had a uh, we had to choose what we want to do. We had two options: either we make a Git repository where people can just clone that repo and use the code from the repo to their project, but it was going to be a hassle for the developers. We will make the repo, it is no problem for us, but to the person who want to implement that from that repo, it is going to be a bit of hassle because they had to find the code where it is lying, and uh, they had to copy a certain amount of code and then they'll paste it there. Rather than that, the second option for us was to implement or rather create a package that we will upload to npm uh, node package manager's website, and whoever developer who want to implement that voice search feature, they can simply install the package and use it without even ever need to be copy or pasting. This was a much better option, but it was a completely new experience for me and Simrajit Singh because we have never ever created a package. So before that, we had to test if it can work well in a Node application. So this was the web demo app that we made. So hosting hosting it was another thing that taught me a lot. So before this one, I only ever hosted on free web services that are available on the internet, like Render or like what is the name of that service that hosts only front end? Versal. Yes. So I only ever used Versal or Render, but the project of this magnitude where the user count can be in hundreds and thousands or millions, Render is not a viable option because Render in the at least in the free version, it does not give us that many resources. So if multiple people try to use the application at the same time, the server will be get taken down and the service will stop. So we had to find another way to host this project where the server can handle that amount of requests. So next fourth and fifth week was spent on making a demo project, and we gave gave a demo to our mentor Indervira, and Inderveer ji, they were he was uh, very supportive, and he gave us few reforms. Yeah. So he gave us few reforms. These are the reforms that Inderveera suggested. These one. These three were the reforms that Inderveera suggested, and then we started working on these reforms. The main concern of Inderveera was that the API was not accurate enough. So we, rather than searching for the entire word in the BaniDB API, Bani database, we started searching for the first letter of each word. That itself made the accuracy of the API from like 20 or 30% to 70 or 80%, and it was a game changer for us. After that, the demo was completed. Now we started working on the npm package, and npm package this npm package was a very fresh experience for me, as well as Simarjot Singh. And I would say Simarjot Singh uh, has more contribution to this package than me, because he ported this package to other frameworks as well. Uh, Originally, this package was made for Node applications only, but Simarjot Singh ported this package in such a way that it can be used in Electron JS as well, or React Native as well. So huge kudos to him. He's a very nice coder, and it was very, very great working with him in a team environment, in a even in the environment that our mentors and the SYCI community provided us. It was very, very comfortable. And creating npm package. Now we created the npm package and we published it on the npm website. The next thing to do was to host the backend. Now, as I told earlier, render was not a viable option. So we chose to host the application on Google Cloud. That is, I'm sorry, and that is like uh, AWS, but on Google. Okay. So now, till now, I have learned writing documentation, building a large enough building a large enough web application, and working in a team environment, doing research, making an npm package, and the next thing is Google Cloud. And it was surprisingly easier. Like the Google Cloud has very nice documentation. We can just read it, and we'll know what we need to do. And a matter of fact, I've written the entire documentation here in my in this documentation as well. If you need to ever post an express backend on Google Cloud, you can just read it here, and you're good to go. So I worked on cloud platform, and it was very nice. So after that, we published the npm package and implementing voice search in STTM. This thing was had a lot of issues. We had a lot of issues in implementing the voice search feature in STTM, because the Secure to the Max web application and Secure to the Max desktop application are actually made much earlier, and they are using the Node version that is not compatible in current times. And the Node npm package that we developed is updated with the current technology. So implementing these two things together, because Node has a thing that previous Node versions are not compatible with newer Node versions. So they were having a bit of clash, the version clashes were there, but we are figuring it out. So this is the progress that we made. Now the npm package is out there, npm package is published. So in newer Khalis apps, and hopefully even in the earlier Khalis apps, it can be implemented easily. New developers can simply just install the package from and just type npm install Punjabi voice search, and they can simply use the package in their web apps, and voice search will be very easy to implement in every Khalis or every Punjabi voice search app. So this was my experience working under SYCI. I'm very, very fortunate to be working under this, and I have learned a lot of things that I already shared in this video. And yes, and very, very thank you to all the people involved in this in this initiative, to all the mentors and to all my teammates, that I was lucky enough to get this chance. And I wish I can be more helpful in future, and I'll be continuing I will continue to um, uh, I will continue to help in such kind of projects. Thank you very much. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji